Her Honor put on record that no amendments were submitted. None may have been submitted, but our name is on the list to propound amendments. So thank you to the Majority Floor Leader who was gracious enough to allow us to still propose our amendments.
You're welcome, Mr. President. I made a record earlier
I
that
thank
there
the
were...
Majority Floor Leader, not Her Honor, because Her Honor closed the period of amendments despite our name being there.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, kakaumpisa pa lang ng special session pero bakbakan na kaagad. Debate sa pagitan nitong si Senador Pia Cayetano at nitong si Risa Hontiveros ang ating pag-uusapan dito sa video na to. Pero bago yan, isang like at isang subscribe, masaya na ho tayo dyan at sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community, yung join button nandyan lang ho sa baba. Ayun na nga dito sa video na to, sa pagpasok sa plenaryo nitong si Senador Pia Cayetano, itong si Mian Los Baños, yung atin nating taga-News 5, sinupalpal ho niya. Pakinggan niyo naman ho, tanong nitong si Mian Los Baños. Ito talaga dapat hindi sa Senado nagtatrabaho to. Dapat sa mga parlor to chismis na lang ang tinatanong niya. Pakinggan niyo ho itong mga kababayan.
Sinusuportahan niyo, ma'am, yung bagong leadership.
Mr. 13, di ba? Common sense, di ba? What's in the
Common
rules?
sense.
What's in the Constitution?
Article
We have
2, Section 2.
Yun lang. So pag hindi sumunod sa rules, doon lang naman kami may problema. Pero pag sumunod sa Constitution at sa
Walang
rules,
problema.
no problem. That's just
Oo.
how it is.
Hindi pinag-uusapan kung suportado o hindi. Napaka-kups talaga nitong si Mian Los Baños. Ito naman, Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Yan, ang ating ika nga, Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Pakinggan natin ang kanyang ambush interview sa kanya.
Tyson, may we just get your short reaction sen sa palitan ng liderato, yung bagong Senate President? Would your reaction, sir, sa bagong Senate President?
Oh, I congratulated him already.
Ganun lang kabilis. Palakpakan natin. Ang ating mga senador. O ito naman, si Joel Villanueva na naman ito. Pambihira, oo. Ang ating... ito palang huda sa 13. Palakpakan natin. Pambihira. Binola mo pa si SP Cayetano, ay si Senator Cayetano.
With Senator Alan, sir. How are you with Senator Alan?
Yes, I did.
Kamusta kayo, sir?
Ba't pati ba naman yung ayun, naghalikan sila bago pumasok sa plenaryo, naghalikan. Pambihira naman, oo. Huwag ganon!
Brothers, we're brothers at the end of the day.
We're brothers. Oh, brothers naman tayo. Kahit ako, brothers mo ako. Pero yung ginawa mo na yan, hindi kinakatuwa ng mga brothers mo. Di ba? O, lipat mo tayo ibang angulo sa pagdating nitong si Senator Pia Cayetano at nitong si Senator, ang pangalan to? Loren Legarda. Idol yan, idol si Loren. Sen Pia at saka si...
Leadership po, Sen.
How are you today, ma'am?
How are you today? Anong klase tanong yan? Dapat tinanong mo na rin. Madam, anong inalmusal mo kanina? Walang kapararakan. Hindi pa pwede tanongin. Madam, anong pag-uusapan natin ngayon sa plenaryo? How are you today, ma'am? Natural pumasok siya. Ibig sabihin, okay lang siya. Logic naman, di ba?
How are you?
Si Mian Los Baños.
Are you happy, ma'am?
Are you happy, ma'am? Si Raulo. Si Raulo tong si Kuya. Are you happy, ma'am? Ano pakalam mo kung happy siya o sad siya? Ang importante, nandiyan siya, magtatrabaho siya. Kahit ano pang pakiramdam na, hindi niya importante yun. Importante, nandiyan siya, magtatrabaho siya.
Are you supporting the new leadership, ma'am?
May 13 na sila, di ba? Every day is a blessing. So,
Sorry.
No. Si Mian, tatakbo si Mian. O, tatakbo yung maliit.
Sinusuportahan niyo, ma'am, yung bagong leadership po.
Mr. 13,
Sinusuportan niyo ba, ma'am, ang bagong leadership? Kaya nga merong di ba? Kaya nga merong minority, majority. Ang trabaho ng minority, oppose lahat ng kabalbalan ng majority. Di ba? Kaso yung gusto ng yung dating minority, wala silang gustong gawin kung hindi makuha ang majority.
common sense, di ba? What's in the rules? What's in the Constitution?
Yan ang sinasabi ko, Mian Los Baños, banat ka kasi ng banas. Pakinggan nyo ha, nagmataray itong si Ate Pia.
Sorry.
Sinusuportahan niyo, ma'am, yung bagong leadership po.
May 13, di ba? Common sense, di ba? What's in the rules? What's in the Constitution? When you have 13, yun lang. So, kung hindi sumunod sa rules, doon lang naman kami may problema.
Yeah.
Pero pag sumunod sa Constitution at sa rules, no problem.
Oh, naiintindihan mo, common sense. Yan kasi si Mian Los Baños, walang common sense yan. 'Di ba? Meron lang siyang mga amo ligarko diyan sa News 5. Talagang si Mian Los Baños ang hiling magkups. O dito na tayo. Ika nga maagang binalatan itong si Senator Pia Cayetano, itong si meron tayong tawag dati diyan Risa Hontivirus, Risa Tanak. Ano ba? Kalimutan ko na, i-comment nyo sa baba. Ito na ho mga kababayan. Game! Yo!
So on second reading,
Ayos,
the
ayos.
bill of Senator Risa. This is the Barangay Health Magna Carta for Barangay Health Workers. We still have one member who wishes to just propound a bit more amendments. So I move for its reconsideration, Mr. President, with the permission of the body.
Yeah. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to open the period of amendments.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, period of amendments is hereby open.
Mr. President, I move that we recognize once again the sponsor, Senator Risa Hontiveros, and to make their propose her amendment is no other than Senator Pia Cayetano.
We recognize the gentle lady from Panay, Senator Risa Ontiveros, and to propound amendments, gentle lady from Taguig, Senator Pia Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Will Her Honor
Yan.
be willing to
Yan.
hear this representation's proposed amendments?
Definitely, Mr. President.
Yan. Naku, ano, ba't gumaganyan ka pa? Hindi mo ba, nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, di mo na kaagad kinakaya itong si Senator Pia. Talaga si Risa, ang pangit mo. Yan ang presidente ng mga Italianista Tensay-made. Yung mga dilawan at tinklawan.
Thank you, Mr. President, because earlier this morning, Her Honor put on record that no amendments were submitted. None may have been submitted, but our name is on the list to propound amendments. So thank you to the Majority Floor Leader who was gracious enough to allow us to still propose our amendments.
You're welcome, Mr. President. I made a record earlier
I
that
thank
there
the
were...
Majority Floor Leader, not Her Honor, because Her Honor closed the period of amendments despite our name being there.
Ay, kinlows. Pagka kasi, nagpapa-thank you ka, di naman sa'yo nagpapa-thank you. Nagpapa-welcome kasi, si Raul. Raul ako, Marisa. Kinlows mo na yung period of amendment. Nandun pala pangalan nila. Kapal talaga ng mukha niya, no, si Pia.
Well, Mr. President, just to reiterate, in this morning's session of the special session, I made of record that there were no more committee amendments and no other colleagues had submitted proposed individual amendments. And I said repeatedly more than once that if the body allows, that I would respectfully move to close the period of amendments. And that is also why, Mr. President, this afternoon, when the Majority Leader asked me on behalf of the gentle lady from Taguig and Pateros to reopen, I readily agreed. Because my interest, like any other member of the chamber, is to move our bills forward.
Lambing-lambingan behind the scene yeah. Hinan behind the scene Ronald Llamas.
And if this afternoon,
Pakinggan nyo na magsalita, di makabasag pinggan. Yan kayo. Okay na yung mga balasubas magsalita kagaya ni Tatay Digong, pero yung mga umaastang mga ika nga mainhin, nako, yari kayo dyan.
the gentle lady is desirous to present the amendments, then by all means, I gave way to the reconsideration, Mr.
Thank you.
President.
I'll just remind the body that the practice is usually staff to coordinate if there's a name on the list, because sometimes the person who made the reservation would waive their right, and that's quite common, or sometimes they would submit their amendments, or sometimes they would ask for a later time. So on that note, I'm ready to proceed.
Yes, Mr. President.
Balagbagan
On
mo na.
page 1, line 14, after the word services, delete the period and add a comma, then insert the phrase, thereby advancing the Philippines' commitment under the United Nations 2013 Agenda for Sustainable Development, parenthesis, SDG, close parenthesis, particularly SDG 1, parenthesis, no poverty, close parenthesis, SDG 3, parenthesis, good health and well-being, close parenthesis, and SDG 10, parenthesis, reduce inequalities, close parenthesis. We submit, Mr. President.
Mr. President, that sounds very all right, and in principle, I'm ready to accept that. May I just request, I don't have a copy of the proposed amendments, so I can be guided in accepting these proposed amendments, Mr. President. If the staff of the gentlelady could also provide my staff a copy so we can be guided, Mr. President.
Maybe request the staff of
Uy, nakita ko tong si Senator Joel Villanueva. Naka-off na rin ang comment niya. Congratulations! Sinasabi ko sa iyo, di ba? Yan yung trend eh. Yan ang trend. Mula kay Chis Escudero, ang pangalan to, kay Chis Escudero, magkapatid na Tulpo, kay Ping Lacson, Tuta Soto. Nung una, aangas pa nila eh. Pero nung pinaulanan sila ng mga totoong lehitimong tao, ha, hindi mga ano yan, hindi mga trolls yan. Hindi ka makakaroon ng 14,000 comment na trolls. Imposible ho yun mga kababayan, no? Nag-off na rin ho ng comment itong si Pastor Joel Villanueva. Okay? Walang prinsipyo at paninindigan. Anak ng toka, paano yan? Kasi pagdating ng end times, di ba, gigipitin yung mga mananampalataya. Di ba? Paano pagka ginigipit na tayo? Oh, di ba? Anong gagawin mo? Para lang hindi ka gipitin. Ay, naku, wag naman sana si Joel. Ito, dito kasi meron ka ng track record. Ipanalangin natin si Sen Joel na pag dumating yung panahon na yun ng panggigipit, hindi siya bibigay. Kasi baka hindi lang kulungan gawin sa atin doon. Baka gurgurin pa tayo. Di ba? Pag dumating ang panahon, di ba, yung mga mananampalataya, yung mga naniniwala kay Jesucristo, gigipitin sila. Ito si Sen Joel pala, ngayon pa lang, kulong pa lang, plunder pa lang, bumigay na. Pambihirang yan. Huwag na oy. Huwag na oy.
Senator Pia there's a guide so Senator Risa can follow the amendments, or we can just flash it. Maybe we
Yes,
can.
thank you, Mr.
Yeah, if
President.
we have something that we can
I
flash.
think it would be best to flash so
Yeah.
everyone can follow.
Plus natin, plus.
Session suspended.
Thank you, Mr.
Mabilis lang mabilis lang yan.
And share, but very simple,
Yun.
straightforward.
Ayan. Game.
Actually, Mr. President, these are very simple, straightforward amendments. So we don't have a ready copy to share, but I can read, in the interest of moving it along, I can read the amendments and her honor can check it. If there's any issue with it later on, then in the same way that we reopen, her honor can check. Because honestly, they're very straightforward. They're just principles which knowing how we all have a common interest in supporting the strengthening the work of the barangay health workers. I really don't foresee that there's anything controversial. Again, happy to present, but I don't have it in a form that is presentable right now. So because I'm reading, I don't read a script. I look at the bill and then I read my amendments. That's all I
There,
have.
it's already
there. Okay.
flashed.
So maybe as we go line by line, there will be time to prepare it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. That would have been fine. And in fact, yes, I have that copy already also po. And as I said earlier, yung unang pinropose na amendment ng gentlelady, it already sounded okay. But this is even more helpful now to have this matrix. Salamat po, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Has this been
What does
accepted?
the sponsor say?
So to the
amendment?
to the first proposed amendment, Mr. President, in section 2. Accepted, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, amendment is approved.
Next amendment, Mr. President, is on page 2, line 3. After the word development, insert the sentence, the state further recognizes that BHWs are critical drivers in achieving the SDGs as they serve as the primary health safety net for the most vulnerable, marginalized, and far-flung communities. We submit, Mr. President.
Accepted, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, amendment is approved.
Page 6? What's next? Page 6. Okay. Next amendment, Mr. President, is on page 6, line 30. After the word field, semicolon, delete the word end. And still on the same page, line 32, after the word development, period, delete the period and replace it with a semicolon and add the word end after the semicolon. And after letter E, add a new letter F, providing technical support for the use of digital health tools and telehealth platforms in the performance of their duties. We submit, Mr. President.
Sorry, Mr. President, I'm following the matrix. What section is that in?
Nako, mahina talaga to. Asan ba yung
Section
naging
11.
discard dito?
Yes, Mr. President, sorry, I see it in section 11.
Wala mga ako na
That's
index
D.
card si
Yes
madam.
po. So after the words "and professional development."
Yes.
Yes,
is
accepted.
correct.
Accepted,
Any-
Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, amendment is carried.
Meron pa? Our next amendment is on page 8, line 27. Delete the word end. And on the same page, on line 31, after the word duties, delete the period and replace it with a semicolon and then add the word end. And add a new number 3, which shall read, psychosocial support and mental health services, recognizing the emotional, psychological, and physical demands inherent in frontline community health service. The DOH, in coordination with concerned LGUs, shall ensure that all registered BHWs, whether volunteer or employed, have access to psychosocial support and mental health services appropriate to their role and circumstances, which shall be in accordance with Republic Act number 11036, otherwise known as the Mental Health Act. We submit, Mr. President.
Accepted, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, amendments carried.
Thank you, Mr. President. That is all. Thank you, Madam Sponsor.
Thank you, gentlelady, and thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you to Senator Pia, and I've worked with Senator Pia in many education bills. Lagi niyang pinapaganda at sinasharpen yung mga bills natin. Kaya maraming salamat sa amendments and interventions.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, with that, I move to
Nambola pa nga. Nambola pa nga itong si hindi pa tapos.
close the
Balagbag
period of
pa ito.
amendments.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, period of amendments hereby closed.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
President.
President.
Thank you also to our colleague, Senator Pia Cayetano, and the sponsor, Senator Risa Hontiveros. With that, I move to approve on second reading, subject to style, Mr. President, the measure.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the aforementioned bill is hereby approved on second reading, subject to style.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Move to suspend consideration of the same.
The consideration of the aforementioned bills hereby suspended.
Mr. President, I move that we consider Senate Bill number 1511 under Committee Report number 15.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Hospital detention. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that this is the hospital detention measure. We are, of course, against hospital detention of the patients. Anti-hospital, that's right. Thank you for clarifying, Senator Pia. It's the anti-hospital detention bill or act, Mr. President. And we'd like to recognize the sponsors, Senator Risa Hontiveros, and our distinguished colleague, Senator Pia Cayetano, to propound the amendments, Mr. President. We're in the period of amendments, just for the information.
We recognize the gentlelady from Panay, Senator Risa Hontiveros, and to propound her amendments, Senator, Gentlelady from Taguig, Senator Pia Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the information of the body and to remind the sponsor, when we were in the period of interpellation, this representation agreed that we close the period of interpellation on the condition that we would be able to propound questions during the period of amendment to help us formulate the proper amendments and to also enlighten the body on the issues, because for the record, this bill amends the law that this representation sponsored 15 years ago. So I also congratulated the sponsor during my first amendment that the first time I made amendments that it is high time that we review this. So I'm supportive of this, but I just need to be able to propound these clarificatory questions, because I hope the body will engage with us, because I think it requires a whole of body approach in solving this issue. Because the next issue I'm going to take up might have a very big impact on the financial constraints of government. So if with her honor's permission, can I proceed?
Yes, Mr. President.
So we will start now on section 2, which is,
Just to put everyone on the same page, we provided a clean copy to the body dated May 19. no? So,
Yes, Mr.
yeah,
President.
so that will be the base bill that we'll be referring to.
okay. So I would like to bring the body up to speed. No, the current law requires that there is a promissory note that is executed by the patient, and the reason for this, dear colleagues, is because a lot of the private hospitals, they do not have endless cash flow. They are also running a business. Karamihan po niyan mga single proprietary owners na mga doktor mismo, and they also have to pay for their staff, for their lab technicians, for they have to cover all the investments they made, the purchases of their equipment, etc. So the reason that the law requires a promissory note, kasi hindi naman din kayang saluhin ng mga private hospitals yung yung hospital bill ng mga pasyente. Sino magbabayad, 'di ba? I mean, common sense po sa lahat ng kahit sari-sari store ka, kahit anong negosyo mo, at some point somebody has to pay the bills. So ang law natin as it stands may promissory note, but the proposed amendment of the sponsor is provided that no promissory note shall be required of indigent patients who have been endorsed by the Medical Social Services Office of the hospital, medical clinic, or any similar facility to the Department of Social Welfare and Development. Provided further that those patients who are partially recovered shall sign a waiver undertaking that they are assuming the risk of the consequences for requesting for discharge despite having not fully recovered. So ang question po natin sa sponsor natin, magkano po ang impact nito sa ating private hospitals na wala ng promissory note? Magkano ba ang normal? Her honor can answer in any way she would like based on the data that she has. Ilan ba ang indigent patients natin na pumapasok sa DOH hospitals?
Galing,
Because for
galing to.
now, pag DOH hospital, sabi ng DOH at ng PhilHealth, wala nang babayaran.
Automatic
Yun ang
ngayon.
Zero balance billing.
ZBB. Zero, I was gonna say zero sum. Parang iba namang concept yun. Zero balance billing, ZBB. So yan ang DOH hospitals. And then, na-cover na ba yung LGU hospitals? Hindi pa? Hindi pa po. Parang nagpa-pilot na lang. Okay. So yung question natin, when this was first brought up, I think we were deliberating the budget, alam ni Senate President yan kasi siya yung chairman ng ating Committee on Finance. Yung question is, paano naman yung mga LGU hospitals? Kasi if you are a patient, you do not even distinguish between a DOH hospital and an LGU hospital. Basta you will go to a hospital that is near you and that can take care of you. So hirap na hirap yung mga mayor na masabi sa pasyente na, ay hindi ka namin covered kasi hindi kami DOH, LGU, yung pasyente, ha? They do not understand that distinction because in their mind, this is a public hospital. Sabi, ZBB. So later on, nag-clarify ang DOH na DOH hospitals lang. And then now, my understanding is they are piloting some LG hospitals. I might have some numbers. I will also be happy to share what I have, but I believe it is incumbent upon the sponsor who is now proposing na wala ng promissory note kasi sino ang sasagot nito? Ang concern ko is we are partners, public and private institutions are partners in delivering health service in this country. So we do not want to see these private hospitals shut down because wala na hong magbabayad ng kanilang mga bills. I don't know if there are arrangements that have been made already prior to the passage of this bill to ensure that these private hospitals will be paid. Because even the LGU hospitals, nandun pa lang tayo sa dry run or ang tawag doon? Pilot testing. So I give the floor to Her Honor to enlighten us because I would love to be able to support the needs of the indigent patients. But I also don't want the private hospitals to close.
Thank you, Mr. President. Of course, I also share that particular concern of the gentle lady from Taguig and Pateros. As to her first question, kung magkano lahat-lahat ang magiging financial implications sa mga ospital kung maipasa natin itong batas na ito. Unfortunately, there's no concrete data of the universe of that amount, but at the very least, pwede nating sabihin na variable yung fees, no? The fees range from as low as 50,000 pesos to 1 million pesos per patient. Depende sa kaso. Then of course, we would need to multiply that to come up with the range, multiply that with yung pangalawang tanong ng gentle lady kung ilan lahat yung mga indigent patients ang hindi nakakasettle ng bills nila under the current system. And before I go to ano yung kapalit ng current system proposed in this bill, I would just like to note, Mr. President, na because of this concern being raised by the gentle lady, kaya alam ko rin po na Senator Joel will also propose amendments in terms of transparency of billing and charges dahil sa cost variability na ito. Alright, then dako na po ako, Mr. President, sa kung hindi na magpapatuloy yung kasalukuyang promissory note system, ano naman ang kahit papaanong mga garantya o reassurance sa mga ospital na they will be eventually paid. The bill proposes at least 5 which may be used either singly or in combination with each other. So the promissory note or yung katumbas ng promissory note shall be secured by any or a combination of the following: a mortgage over real or personal property of the patient, a relative, or a co-maker. B, a guarantee of a co-maker who shall be jointly and severally liable. C, a deed of assignment. Dito importante, Mr. President, gentle lady, yung papel ng mga government financial institutions. A deed of assignment of the loan proceeds or benefits entitlement from the Social Security system or the government service insurance system in case the patient is an active member thereof. D, a guarantee letter from the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, and in the case nga po of indigent and financially incapacitated patients, a guarantee letter from the Department of Social Welfare and Development or the Department of Health. So, at least in the interim, Mr. President, between when dapat ma-discharge na yung indigent patient kahit may balanse pa siya sa bill and the time na mako-compensate nga yung ospital, ito po yung nakitang mga kapalit na mala promissory note o garansya para sa kanila, Mr. President?
Mr. President, perhaps the sponsor can enlighten me because, with all due respect, yung binasa niyo po is Section 2, which states the promissory note shall be secured by any or a combination of the following. Yun ang binasa niyo. So this is, the promissory note will be secured by these items, yung inisa-isa niyo. What you told me is ito yung mga kapalit ng promissory note. Hindi ho yan ang nakasulat sa bill ninyo, Mr. President.
Nako. Abogado versus Naloko na.
No, Mr. President, it will be a different system. Kung dati the indigent patient and his or her family were on their own to execute a promissory note kahit wala or kulang na kulang ang anumang collateral. Here, there is a promissory note in their name but backed up not by them all by their lonesome, pero itong mga social protection and government financial institutions natin. And without leaving this topic, if the gentle lady wishes to pursue it, just relating to an earlier question of hers, in terms of proxy data, yung tinatanong po nila na magkano magiging cost implications, lalo na sa mga private hospitals, kung maipasa yung batas na ito.
So babalikan, sorry, just so for clarity lang,
Yes.
binabalikan niyo yung unang question ko kasi yung question natin ngayon is your response to me.
Yes.
So which
Yan ang problema. Pag nakipagtalo ka sa abogado, hindi ka lulusot dyan, Senrisa.
one first?
Oh,
Because
sabi
hindi
ko
pa
po,
tayo-
Mr. President, na without leaving this topic, just para hindi
So,
ko
balikan natin
malimutan.
yung sa numbers.
Yes,
Okay,
I just
sure.
want to add
Okay.
yung sagot ko kanina dun sa isa sa mga naunang tanong ng gentle lady na to use proxy data, if private hospitals are claiming 7 to 10 billion pesos from PhilHealth, then at least for purposes of discussion, we could assume around that amount yung implication sa kanila kapag maipasa itong batas. So that 7B to 10B worth of payments due sa kanila ay ipasasalo natin sa ganitong bagong sistema. And then again, mindful of the...
Can I comment on that one?
Yes,
Kasi
Mr.
otherwise, either I'll comment on this now or ililista ko lang kasi
It's all right, Mr. President.
Sige. So,
the gentle lady may
her
proceed.
Honor's theory is that based on the claim of private hospitals to PhilHealth, and her Honor said it is 7 to 10 billion, yan yung ina-assume ng ating sponsor na amount that is needed to cover indigent patients.
Yes, Mr. President.
Saan mo nanggaling yung figure na yon?
From PhilHealth, Mr. President, with this
What is
aggregated...
the exact line item for that? Because I've sponsored the budget of PhilHealth and maraming hinihingi ang PhilHealth. So hindi ko kayang tanggapin na yan necessarily ang pang-indigent because the record also shows napakaraming indigent patients who don't bother going to the hospital because alam nilang wala silang pangbayad. So this is probably the bill for lower middle class or middle class patients who cannot even cover the bill. Hindi pa yata ito yung sa indigent. So we have to be clear if we are going to mention numbers that this definitely covers the sector that we are referring to. Yun lang naman yung reason kung bakit nagtatanong ako ng numbers kasi nakakatakot magpasa ng batas na to at batas ko to at gusto ko naman talaga siyang pagandahin na hindi tayo clear sa figures natin, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President, I'm just pulling up the disaggregated data for which we came up with this proxy data of a range of 7 to 10 billion pesos. And I will be giving that to the gentle lady during this interpellation or this period of amendments. Additionally, Mr. President, before returning to the latest concern of the gentle lady, mindful of the apprehensions and reservations raised by the good senator from Taguigan Pateros regarding the possible cost implications to government, the sponsor wishes to place on record that the provision is anchored on the availability of medical assistance programs of various government agencies as provided under this bill na binanggit ko nga, Mr. President, as well as, of course, the continued implementation of the government's zero balance and no balance billing policies. And in line with this, the sponsor is likewise inclined to accept the proposed amendment of the good senator from Taguig when she proposes it, requiring the Department of Health to establish the criteria for indigency and the requirements necessary to qualify for the said exemption at a later time, Mr. President. So the latest concern of the gentle lady was,
So Her Honor made a statement that there are other ways the bill intends to support the indigent patient. And Her Honor mentioned letter A, B, C, D, E. Sabi nyo, 5 po yun. Ang sinasabi ko po sa inyo, kindly educate me. Because yung sinabi nyo, wala yan sa bill. Ang naka-enumerate dyan na 5 items are, it says the promissory note will be secured by any of the following. So may promissory note pa rin. So Her Honor is simply addressing dalawang sitwasyon natin. Sino ang kailangan magbigay ng promissory note at based dun sa dito sa amendment nyo, the indigents will no longer be required to execute a promissory note. Tapos dinagdag nyo, pero ito yung mga pwede nilang gawin. Wala nga ho yun. Yung sinabi nyo, wala sa bill nyo. Ang nasa bill, yung mga 5 items that are used to secure a promissory note. So that covers the people who need to pay a promissory note. So, Her Honor has to clarify this because it's not, what she's saying is not in the bill.
actually, Mr. President, it is in the bill. In fact, in answering this question, nag-take off po ako dun sa page 3, line 17, section 2, na kinwote ng gentle lady from Taguigan Pateros. And kaya tinalakay ko po yun na in lieu of the current promissory note system, it's still called the promissory note here, pero hindi na po yung solong mga collateral o ano pa mang meager resources na meron yung indigent patient or family ang magsisecure niyan. Ang magbaback up na po nun ay yung mga social protection agencies at saka government financial institutions natin tulad ng SSS, GSIS, PCSO, DSWD, DOH. So in effect,
Can Your
the
Honor
promissory
specific-
note, if I may just complete
Yeah, sure.
this last sentence, the promissory note will no longer be issued by their lonesome nga po ng indigent patient and family, then bahala na sila sa buhay nila kung paano i-honor. In a way, it will be for the benefit of the hospital na mayroong, hindi yung mahirap na iyon, pero may government institutions na nagsisiguro sa kanila na you will be paid, Mr. President.
Should we suspend? Because what Her Honor is saying is not written in the bill. So,
Nako.
I don't know if
We
Her
may
Honor
suspend,
would
Mr.
like...
President.
Ito kasing si... yung nasa bill yung pagdebatihan natin, hindi yung kung ano-ano sinasabi nitong lukarit na... Pambira.
President,
like
but-
me to approach and try to explain because I understand what Her Honor is trying to say. What I'm saying is it's not written in the bill.
Mr.
You
President,
can
we may
ask your
suspend.
staff because it's not written in the bill.
We may suspend, Mr. President, but it is actually written in the bill, and I was
Kindly read
quoting
it.
the gentle lady
Kindly read it
when I
into the
responded to her
record.
question.
Then read it into the record because yung binanggit niyong 5 items, nandyan nakasulat yan. But line 27, section 2, line 27 says, the promissory note shall be secured by any or a combination of the following. Yun nga kung binanggit nyo, nandyan yan. But it says a promissory note will be secured. My question was, paano mabubuhay ang mga ospital kung wala ng promissory note? Hindi nyo pwedeng ibato ito kasi ito sabi, the promissory note will be secured by the following. Perhaps Your Honor would like to make an amendment that says that in lieu of the promissory note, kasi yun ho ang sinasabi ninyo. Ang sinasabi ko, hindi nga ho nakasulat. So would you like to propose? Because we are happy to study and support. But hindi nga ho nakasulat yun. Yun lang naman ang puntos ko. Hindi pwede kasi yung intention natin hindi klaro sa batas.
Iyan.
Well, that's why I'm glad, Mr. President, that we are in the period of amendments because this representation is very open to proposed amendments, including subject to style, to not just improve the content of the bill, pero klaruhin ang crystal clear kung ano po yung intent niya. So no problem with that, Mr. President.
Yes, and that is what I'm doing by using the period of amendment to make the interpellations. I am making it known to the sponsor that what she is saying is not in the bill. So I believe if yun po ang intention ng sponsor, then kayo po ang isulat niyo po yun kasi kayo ang nagsabing yun yung gusto niyong gawin eh. Di kayo po ang magsulat nun and we will be happy to review it kasi hindi ko po amendment yun. Ako yung nagtatanong kung ano ang gagawin ng ospital kung wala siyang promissory note. So
Nako.
sabi niyo ito. So tinatanong ko saan nakasulat
Yan
yun.
sinasabi ko sa iyo, Risa. Yan sinasabi ko sa iyo. Ang hilig mo makipagdebate sa abogado. Di ka naman abogado. Di ka lulusot dyan. Pambihira.
No problem, Mr. President. We can improve this in this very period of amendments.
Thank you. Tapos balikan ho natin yung expenses, no? I can suspend and Her Honor can look at her numbers because I will also be presenting numbers. Her Honor also mentioned 50K to 1 million per patient. So does Her Honor intend to, kasi yun yung unang binanggit nyo. So does Her Honor intend to come up with a number based on those, that range of expense? That Her Honor mentioned. Kasi kailangan nga natin ng number because we have to find out where will we get this amount to support naman these private hospitals. Otherwise, this is a disaster because ang mangyayari, pipila lang sila sa Malacanang, magmamakaawa sila na wag ipasa to. Sayang naman yung effort natin dahil we all have the same intention. Pagandahin yung health system natin. Wag ma-detain ang mga tao, masuportahan ng mga indigents, but we have to know our numbers before we make these kind of amendments. And one more on that section, so maybe we can take a break so we can work on this section.
Before we go on to the one more point of the gentle lady, Mr. President, definitely this is not going to turn out to be a disaster. The whole point of the bill, as the gentle lady herself has said, is to amend and update the original law. And that is why we are in the period of amendment to further improve it, Mr.
The
President.
only reason I use the word disaster, Mr. President, because time and again, the small private hospitals have practically kneel down in front of us, begging us for support. So pag pinasa natin to, hindi dahil sa hindi natin kinonsider yung burden sa kanila, then disaster yun para sa kanila. At kung disaster yun para sa kanila, disaster yun sa healthcare system natin because we are partners. Yun lang naman ang sa akin. We are partners, public and private. May mga lugar, and again, the Senate President is listening intently. Thank you because alam nyo din to. There are areas where there are no public hospitals. So, private hospital yung inaasahan mo doon. Tapos, kung yung mga indigent patients, sabi natin, magpapasa tayo, wala nang promissory note. At again, forgive me kung hindi ko lang naiintindihan. Kaya nga sabi ko, please feel free to point it out and educate me kung saan dyan nakalagay. Ano ba yung in lieu of the promissory note na matatanggap ng ospital? Kasi, kung wala, mababaon sila sa utang, magsasara sila. And that threat has happened many times. Alam ni Senate President yan. Ilang beses yan hindi lang nag-threaten. Some of them really closed. During the pandemic, they closed because PhilHealth was not fast enough to reimburse them for the expenses that they incurred during the time. Marami hong nagsara. So I'm just banking on experience to ensure that what we pass is a responsible response to this issue. So before I leave section 2, ang idadagdag ko is, did Her Honor take up during the hearings this possible amendment na lahat ng indigent patients wala ng promissory note? Na-take up ho ba yan sa hearing so that you would be able to hear the concerns of the different sectors, including the small private hospitals, the small clinic owners, yung mga lying-in clinic. Maliit lang ang singil niya na pag nanganak ha, I'll try to pull out that number. It's not a huge amount because it's just a lying-in clinic, overnight pag nanganak. So pag indigent, the amendment now is lahat ng indigent patients wala nang babayaran. Wala nang promissory note. Sorry, to be clear, wala nang promissory note. So, was this taken up during the hearing so that marinig natin yung side nila?
No, Mr. President, it wasn't taken up to have no promissory notes. The change, Mr. President, was that, as I mentioned earlier, hindi na po mag-isang mag-i-issue ng promissory note ang mahirap kahit sapilit ang magkakabit siya ng kakarampot na nga na pagmamayari niya bilang di umanong collateral. Ang magbaback up na po ng promissory note, which is now more a document for the benefit of the hospital, ay ito nga pong mga social protection at saka government financial institutions na binanggit ko po kanina.
So, ang ibig nyo,
Mr.
so two
President.
things I want to establish. Number one, hindi nyo nga na-take up yan, pero ang impact nito napakalaki sa private hospitals. Wala silang chance na marinig ang side nila kasi hindi yan na-take up during the hearing. Ang sa akin naman po, I understand, no? May liberty naman po tayo mga parliamentarians na ma-take up sa floor ang mga iba-ibang amendment. Naintindihan ko naman po yun. Pero pag napakabigat nung impact, it's either na-take up yan sa hearing or bibigyan natin sila ng time na mabigay din nila yung posisyon nila dito kasi sobrang laki talaga ng impact sa kanila. Please give me the number of private hospitals. 864 private hospitals. There are 864 private hospitals spread out all over the country. And like I said, there are certain areas where there are no public hospitals. So ang tatakbuhan lang ng tao, private hospitals. So kung hindi sila narinig sa hearing, sana man lang marinig din natin yung posisyon nila on this issue. And before, as I said, I leave section 2. Your Honor
If
keeps
the gentlelady would allow,
Of
before we
course.
move to another
No, I'm not leaving yet.
point.
I have another point on section 2.
If I may just respond to this latest point. I did not say po na hindi inimbita ang mga private hospitals. We did invite them to the hearing, and as far as we can remember, they had no opposition to changing the promissory note system, and in large part changing it by backing it up, hindi sa collateral ng mga mahihirap na, kundi yung guarantee at financial capacity ng mga government financial institutions at saka social protection agencies. Ang sinabi ko pong hindi ay hindi natalakay ang isang no.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dito na una tatapusin ang ating reaction video kaugnay dyan sa sagutan na yan itong si Sen Pia at itong si ating senador na Lucaret na si Risa Hontiveros. Maraming salamat sa pagsupport sa PH Update. Mag-ingat po kayo lahat. Ang lahat ng Pilipinas.